Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for clicking and subscribing and commenting and all that good stuff on my last video. I really appreciate it. So thank you so much for watching this new video. So today we are going to look at the song Good Grace by Hillsong United, and we're going to learn how to play that today. And I'm actually doing this song from, requests from you guys. So I got comments below by, Giselle Magsalin, I think. I may have said that completely wrong. She requested Good Grace, and I also got a request from Justine Morehouse. If you're not already, come follow me on Instagram and on Facebook. I am there. I am present, and I can answer all your questions if you have any. And I plan to do live piano tutorials on Instagram and on Facebook. So if you want to get involved in all that good stuff, then come along and join me. So for today, let's get straight into the video. So this song has a couple of different chords, not too complicated. Well, I say that for me, but it's actually nice and easy to follow, which is good. And it is such a beautiful song. So let's get started. So for the intro, we're using chords A and A sus. And A sus is basically a chord that's suspended, an A suspended chord. So an A chord, which is an A, C sharp, and E. And an A sus is that we drop the C sharp and we do a D instead. So we go A, D, E. So if you hear it together, that's what it sounds like. And a normal A sounds like this. And A sus is like this. It's very pretty. It sounds really good on a guitar as well, which is the instrument that's used for the intro anyway. But it is very, very, very pretty. So for the intro, we are going to be going between those two chords for 4 bars. And each bar has a certain amount of beats in it. I think this song is in a 4/4. I think that's the time signature that it's in. So it's 4 beats a bar, and it will be 4 bars for the intro. So we'll start with the A. So what I'm doing on my right hand is an inverted A chord, which basically means that I don't start with the A note. I'm starting with the C sharp. So C sharp, E, A. That's what it sounds like. And then on this hand, I've spread out the chord a bit, which I love to do because I think it just gives such texture to do that. Then we've got the A, E, and A. So I'm basically missing out the C sharp, which would be here. I could do it if I want to, but I just love that spread out sound, if that makes sense. Okay, so for the intro, we'll start with the A. Then we need to do our A sus. So what I do here is I keep this hand absolutely the same. This hand here, all I'm doing is changing my thumb from a C sharp down to the D. And that will give us the A sus chord. So we'll do the intro. A sus. A again. Sus. A. Sus and A. We keep to the A on the last bar. We don't go to the sus because it will start with the first words of verse 1, which is the word people. So we'll go back, we'll stay on our A. So people. Then we've got come together, which is a D and an A. So what I do on this hand, the right hand, we are already hitting a C sharp, E, and an A. So to do my D chord, I will change this thumb to a D. I will change this index finger to an F sharp and leave this finger on the A. So for a D sharp chord, we've got D, a D chord, not D sharp chord, silly me. A D chord or D major chord is a D, F sharp, and A. So we are doing our A chord first on this hand, and then we drop down to the D, and we go back to the A. That's what we're doing for the first 2 lines of verse 1. Now, if you open the description box, I will try to include all the words and the chords as well, so that you can play along with me. It's quite long, so sometimes the description box won't allow me to do that because it has a certain amount of a character limit, but I'm going to try and manipulate it and try and get it in there, so and see if you can follow along with me. So we'll start with our A, and on this hand we're still doing the same, A, E, A. So people, then the come will change to the D. Now what I do here is I tend to just use my little pinky and just bring it down to the D. So we get the D in the bass and we come back to our A position, because we're going to come back to the A. So people come together. Now the word strange, they haven't got a chord above that, but when I listen to it, I feel like it should go back to the D. And then neighbours, the word neighbours is an F sharp minor chord. So this is where our hand is, because we've just done the D for strange. The word strange as, and then we've got neighbours, which is an F sharp minor. So an F sharp minor chord is an F sharp, an A, and a C sharp. That is the chord. And on this hand, I'm going to do the actual chord like this, the full, not spread out chord. But on this hand, I'm going to do the inverted style, so I don't have to move around so much. So we've just done the D, and then I just move down to the A part, the C sharp, and the F together. That's our F sharp minor chord. Then we're going to move on to the A sus, or E sus chord. So an E chord is an E, G sharp, and a B. And to make an E sus chord, you add a D to that. You add a D to it to make it an E sus. So on this side, on my bass side, I'm going to keep the E spread out. So I'm going to do an E, B, and E. But on this side, I'm going to do the sus. So we've just done the F sharp minor. So my hand is here. I'm doing A, C sharp, F for the F sharp. And then for the E, what I'm going to do is do an inverted chord and bring it down to do the E. That would be an E sus major chord. So remember E. So for the E chord, this is what we're doing. And we're going to add a D to it to make it an E sus chord. So we'll go back to the top again. So we've got our A, people, then D, come together, strangers, neighbours, our blood as wine. Then he wants the sus, we go down, then A again, children, then a D, of generations, go back to the D, of every F sharp nation, the E sus of kingdom come. So if we do that in real time, people come together, strangers, neighbours, our blood as one. E sus, A sus, children of generations, of every nation, of kingdom comes. We got the A. Now we go to the chorus. We've got 4 chords to go through: a D, A, E, and F sharp minor, which we've kind of gone through those chords in the verse, so it does make it a little bit easier. So for the chorus, we've got don't let your D. So what I do is I bring my hands down. So we've just finished on the A for kingdom come, and we've got a little bit of space. So don't let your, and then the heart is where we bring in the D. So we have a little bit of room. So don't let your heart, I bring my hands down because this section, I really want to hear, the words are so important, and I bring the chords down because I feel like it has a better feel that it's a bit lower down. So that's why I bring my hands down a bit. So don't let your heart. And in this section, I'm trying not to do any inverted chords because this song is such an anthem and I want it to be really strong here. So I'm not doing any inverted chords at all. So there are 4 chords to go around. So we've got D, which on my bottom hand, I'm just hitting the D here. And on this right hand, I'm doing F sharp, A, D. And on my both hands, on this lower hand, I'm doing this D and this D, which is an octave higher. And then I carry on the chord with the F sharp, A, and D on this hand. So don't let your heart. And then the word troubled is an A. And I move my hand over to do the A on this side. A, C sharp, E, and I do the same on this hand and move it over. Be troubled. The E, I actually move down to it. So both hands do the same thing to move down to the E chord, E, sharp, B, and we hit it nicely. Hold your head, and head is F sharp, so we'll move on up to do the F sharp chord, F sharp minor chord, which is F sharp, G, C sharp. Those are the 4 chords for the chorus. So don't let your heart be troubled. E, hold F sharp, head up high, don't fear no evil. We do the E. Fix your eyes on this one truth. God is madly in love with you. So take courage, hold on, be strong. Remember where your help comes from. So this last line, we don't go to the F sharp minor. We stay on the E until the next section. So for me, what I did in this section, you can either hit the chords hard like I did, or you can flow them out. It depends on your band. Because if you do have another melodic instrument, which is an instrument that's actually playing notes, then if you have a guitarist or lead guitarist or something like that, then maybe you could do the flowy style. But if you are the only melodic instrument, you are the only piano, you're the only one that's playing any kind of sound or notes, then I would stick with the chord, just 1 chord per bar instead of flowing it. But if you want to flow it, you can, which is what I'd love to do. So we can do the chorus again, but in a flowy way. Don't let your heart be troubled. Hold your head up high, don't fear no evil. Fix your eyes on this one truth. God is madly in love with you. So take courage, hold on, be strong. Remember where your help comes from. And what I'm simply doing is I'm pressing the notes of the chord in different ways. So for the D, all I'm doing is rolling around, and I'm doing the same on this side. And you can keep it nice and slow. Don't let your heart be troubled. Hold your head up high, don't fear no evil. So if you want to pause at this point, you can, of course, because you want to make sure that you know how to get to the different chords really easily in your mind. So you know where they are. This is the D, that's the A, that's the E, that's the F sharp minor. So you know you can easily step between them, and you want to get comfortable enough that you can do that. So I would start with just doing the chords, 1 chord per bar, and just keep rolling around them so that you get really comfortable. Once you're comfortable, then of course then you can spread it out, and you know how to get to the next one. You know exactly where it is, to the point that you can do it with your eyes closed. It is possible. So you want to get to that point first. So pause, go around and see how you feel with the chords, see how they feel with your hand, and get really comfortable with them so that you can roll around them quite easily, and then you can start to spread them out if you want to. So we'll move on to the next section, which is lots of woes. Oh, I'm sure you've heard it. So for those as well, I'm sticking to the chords as much as I can because it's such a strong section that I want to make sure I'm hitting the chords correctly. So once you're on the last line of the chorus, remember where your help comes from. F sharp. Oh, oh. So those two chords were F sharp minor, oh, then a D, oh, and then A. Oh. And now you can stay on the A and then go back to the F sharp, D, and A. So I'll just sing it through so it makes sense. Oh, oh, oh. So for me, when I'm hearing the song, I feel like there's an extra chord in there after the A. But you can tell me what you think. So we've got F sharp minor, oh, then D, oh, A, oh, then D again, oh, F sharp minor, oh, D, oh, A, oh, and we do that twice, oh, D, oh, A, F sharp, D, then F sharp again, then D, then A. They do that twice. So if you put it together, then it's oh, 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 oh. So in this hand, I tend to just be doing one note. So when we do the F sharp, I'm hitting the F sharp, but on this side I'm doing F sharp, G, and C sharp. Oh. Then for the D, because we're already doing two notes out of that D chord, I'm going to keep these two fingers here, F sharp A, and just move this one to the D, and then move my pinky hand, or pinky finger, pinky hand, pinky finger down to the D, and then we go back to A chord, which just causes a shift up, A, C sharp, E, and we got the A right here. And then to go back to the D again, what I do is this finger right here, this thumb stays on the A, this finger changes to the D, and then this hand goes down to the D, and then we go back to F sharp minor again, which causes a shift. Then we do our D, where we stay right here, these two fingers stay here, and switch to the D, and then back up to the A. So we'll do it again. O, D, O, O, A, O, D, O, F sharp, O, D, O, A. So that's what you want, and we do it twice. F sharp, D and A, D and F sharp and D and A. Okay, and then we go through verse 2, which is a little bit different. Verse 2 holds on to the A chord instead of doing the A and D that we did in verse 1. So verse 2, we stay on the A here. So Jesus, our redemption, our so salvation is F sharp, so we F sharp minor, so we go to our A, C sharp, F, and on this hand we do the normal root chord, so already there. So go back again. Jesus, our redemption, our salvation, and then we do a D, is in his A, blood. So we go to A. So for the D, because we're only doing it such a short time, I'm literally just hitting the D, the A, and the D at the bottom, and then back to the A, I'm doing the full chord on both hands. So we'll go, Jesus, our redemption, F sharp minor, our salvation is in his blood. And there's no sus here, we stay on the A. Jesus, light of heaven, friend forever. F sharp D, his kingdom, A, come. We go back to the chorus. So don't let your heart be troubled. E, F sharp minor, I don't fear. The D, no evil. A, fix your eyes. E, and then F sharp minor, back to D, and then we do the A, then we do the E again, and F sharp minor, then we got the D, then we got the A, and the last line, remember where you're held. We stay on the E, and then we're gonna do the woes. We'll nickname it the woes. We'll do the woes again. So that will be our F sharp again. Ho, D, D and A, D and F sharp minor, D and A, and then we repeat that. F sharp minor, D and A, D and F sharp minor, D and A. And after now we've got an interlude, which is the chords of the bridge. So the chords of the bridge are E, F sharp minor, D, and A, and you're rolling around those 4 chords. So the way you rolled around 4 chords in a chorus, you'll be doing it in the bridge, but just in a different order. So we'll start with the E. So I'm trying to keep it quite close together, the 2 hands, for this interlude, but this interlude is quite quiet, so you can spread out the chords a bit. So the interlude is E, F sharp minor, which I'm just going to step up for, and then a D, and then an A. And we go back again, E, so we got E, G sharp, B, so I'm rolling through them. Then F sharp is here, F sharp minor chord, F sharp, A, and the C sharp. Then we've got the D, and what I do is I hit the D on this hand, and then I'm hitting the F sharp here of the D chord, A together, and then hitting the D together on both sides. And then we've got the A, which I just switch up. Because we're already up here, I'll just switch my thumb to hit the A, C sharp, and E, and do that on the bass as well. So you roll through all 4 chords. So for the second interlude, we've got E, E, F sharp, then the D, A. So you can make it more complicated at this point. Once you know where they are in your head, then you can roll around because you know how to step between them. And because it's the same 4, it makes it easier. And then the bridge starts. So it's the same 4, yeah? So swing wide, E, all you heavens, the praise go up, all the walls come down, all creation, everything with the breath, repeat the sound, all his children, clean hands, pure hearts, good grace, good God, his name is Jesus. Even though they finish singing, you keep going around. So his name is Jesus finishes on an F sharp. His name is Jesus. Then we go to our D and we go to our A, and we keep repeating that back to E. Swing wide, all you heavens, let the praise go up as the walls come down. All creation, everything with breath, repeat the sound. All his children, clean hands, pure hearts, good grace, good God. His name is Jesus. You just keep going around. And now they repeat the bridge many times. They even have a time where they're repeating it with just the drums. So you can keep going round. They do go back to the woes, which we already know, which is F sharp, and then D, D, and A, and D again, D and F sharp minor, and then D, and then the A chord, which we already know. But they go back to the bridge. Swing wide, all you heavens, let the praise go up as the walls come down. All creation, everything with a breath, repeat the sound. All his children, clean hands, pure hearts, good grace, good God. His name is Jesus. And they just keep repeating, and you can keep going around. Swing right, all you heavens, let the praise go up, all the walls come down. All creation, everything with breath, repeat the sound. All his children, clean hands, pure heart, good grace, good God. His name is Jesus. Keeps going round. Depending on your group or how you guys are going to do it, you can just keep going round, and then you can go back to, once you're on the last line, his name is Jesus, where you're doing the F sharp minor. His name is Jesus, D, and then A, and it's pretty easy to go back. Oh, 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 oh. And that is pretty much it. That is the whole song. That's all the sections and all the chords that you'll be doing. I would love you guys, if you are trying to learn and you're learning off this video, then tag me on Instagram, tag me on Facebook, and I'd love to see you guys following on and learning how to play this song. And of course, if you have any requests, please leave them down below. DM me, message me on Facebook, and yeah, I will surely get it done. But this is such a beautiful song, so thank you so much for the request for this particular song, and I will see you guys in my next video. See you guys.